Most improved pitcher, I think, in the league. I mean, he went from a sinker changeup guy that couldn't touch 90 miles an hour. He throws 93. He's got a cutter. He's got a great curveball. He's almost got too many weapons. Now, he's got stung his last 2 starts against Tampa Bay and Detroit with the big inning. He's got to remember those secondary pitches. That fastball's improved. Now, he pitched brilliantly in 8 innings against the Angels last time, got no decision, only gave up 1 run, used the high fastball. We saw Vargas do it last night. See Fister go to that spot again. He's got Russell Branyan in the lineup. He's going to expose him too. I like what Fister's done this year. I think he's been outstanding. He just had the lowest run support in the American League.
Meanwhile, Jared Weaver, he's had a lot of bad run support lately. He started out 6-0.
And only 7 guys have ever done it. And in fact, 6 of them became Cy Young Award winners. Now, he hasn't had as much luck of late, but the numbers are great. This guy, great command, pitches the crossfire, tough on right-handers. The league hits a .194 off of him, and he's had his way with the Mariners. Although they got 3 runs off him last time, like they did with Herron last night. That'll give you a chance.
All right, there's your setup tonight. Game 2 of a 3-game set with the Angels. And the Yankees, they're leading Texas as we speak, so the Mariners can make some ground up tonight. Mariner baseball against the Angels. It's straight ahead.
Baseball on Root Sports brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. By Quest. Quest is becoming CenturyLink. CenturyLink, your link begins here. Find out more at CenturyLink.com/link. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting the Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent, July 8th and 9th. For tickets, go to EmeraldQueen.com. The Nuge, how about that? Brad Adam with you here in the pen, presented by Root Sports. Good news for the Mariners, as Dave Sims said. Rangers trailing the Yankees in New York by a score of 9-4 in the 6th inning. So maybe the Mariners get a chance to pick up a game in the AL West. For more on what's going on around baseball today, making news, we go to our Northwest Ford Sports Desk and Angie Minting.
Okay, crazy coincidence, Brad. Earlier this season, Francisco Liriano and Justin Verlander throw a no-hitter in the same week. On Sunday, Justin Verlander had another no-hitter going into the 7th. He ended up losing it. You see where I'm going here? Justin Verlander today finding himself in a very similar situation. If you go back to his last no-hitter, that was May 7th against Toronto. Could he do it against the Tribe tonight? In the 5th, he gets Shin-Soo Choo looking. Next inning, homegrown, Grady Sizemore frozen, so he's got a no-hitter through 7. In the 8th, Orlando Cabrera, yeah, he broke it up. Fastball right back up the middle to end the no-hitter chance, but Verlander came close, pitching a complete game, giving up just 2 hits with 12 strikeouts. Well, tonight's starter, Jared Weaver, actually had a no-hitter going against these Mariners here at Safeco Field last year. We don't want to see anything like that again tonight, unless, of course, it's on the other side, and it's Doug Fister. His first pitch is coming up here from Safeco Field next on Root Sports.
Good look at Smith Tower in Pioneer Square, right downtown Seattle, Washington. And good to have you with us, everybody, on a cloudy night here in the great Pacific Northwest. This is Mariner Baseball. It's game 2 of a 3-game set. The Mariners and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Dave Sims and Bill Kruger with you. Let's take a look at the lineup that Doug Fister, the Mariners starting pitcher, he'll be facing tonight, Bill.
Thank you very much, Dave. Let's take a look at Mike Scioscia's Angels lineup. Ibar at shortstop, leaving out Torrey Hunter, the right fielder. Bobby Abreu will be your DH tonight. Vernon Wells, the Mariner killer with 2 home runs, will hit cleanup in left field. Howie Kendrick at second base. Russell Brandon, we all remember him at first. Congers the catcher. Burgess in center. And Andrew Momine up from AAA will be the third baseman, hitting 9. And there's Doug Fister, who's the hard luck guy. Got the lowest run support in the American League, but has pitched, I think, exceptionally well all season long, Dave.
Well, that luck has got to turn around sometime, and right now is as good a time as any. Yankees beating Texas 9-4 in the 6th. First pitch, ball 1. It's called by Joe West. Home plate umpire, crew chief Angel Hernandez at first, Angel Campos at second, and Chad Fairchild at third. Ibar drops one down, foul. 58 degrees. Wind out of the northeast at 2.
You can see his foot is almost on home plate, Dave. That would be a no-no right there, but ball's foul, no call.
Ibar 5 for 15 against Fister. That's what he did last night. He's 0 for 4. Fister works at a brisk pace, strike thrower. And Cutter's been a big development for him this year.
And just throwing harder, throwing a lot of four seamers and cutter in, the curveball.
2-1.
He's a little quick right now, opening up, but you see the numbers for him so far this year. The 3-7 record, not really revealing how good he's pitched this season. The 59 strikeouts, a big improvement. Kept the ball in the ballpark, and averaging close to 7 innings a turn.
Right with a strike. 3-2. On deck is Torrey Hunter. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Mariners in the month of June are 6-7. They start today, 2 games behind Texas. Texas idle last night. Mariners, of course, they lose 6-3. Texas in New York for 3 games. Tonight and tomorrow with the Angels, day off Thursday for the Mariners. That ends a run of 20 consecutive games. Line drive left center field. It's going to get some gap. Holman cuts it off. Here's Ibar into second with a double. A nice tag attempt there by Adam Kennedy. A leadoff double for Eric Ibar, who's always a thorn in the side of the Mariners.
This guy's really hit right-handed pitching. One of the better hitters in the American League gets right-handed pitching, well over 330, and he'll test you in the outfield because this guy can flat out fly. Good play by Holman, but really Ibar just runs faster than the ball right there. Let's take a look at the Mariner defense for tonight. Mike Carp first start in center field. Left field, Holman in center. Ichiro on right. Figgins, Ryan, Kennedy smoke the infield third to first. A battery of Fister and Miguel Olivo.
Here's Torrey Hunter. Very good guy, hitting .229. I said, what's going on with you? He says, baseball's not been very kind to me the last 10 months. He said, 10 years, I've never had a struggle, but I got humbled this last month. And a lot of balls at people, leads the American League, grounding into 18 double plays. He's hitting hard one-hoppers.
I was just going to say, yeah, as well as he runs, those are hard hit balls to make him double plays with Torrey Hunter going down the line.
2-0.
Everything kind of magnifies upon itself. You got guys in the middle that are supposed to produce. Wells and Hunter and Abreu. They miss Morales, so these guys are pressing, trying to be more than they are. Because really, Hunter's a gap-to-gap guy. He's not a straight knock it out of the ballpark guy, and he's trying to be more than he is, and that's why his batting average is sunk.
3-1 to count to Hunter. 9-time Gold Glover. Here's Bobby Abreu. Another gap-to-gap guy. He's hitting .295. He's got 30 runs batted in.
It's just he's only got 2 homers. That's the issue. He's a great hitter.
37 years old. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Doug fighting the count a little bit. Uncharacteristic of him. He looks like he's flying open just a fuzz. He's got to kind of square that front shoulder, get that ball going downhill. I'm sure he'll adjust quickly.
3-2 to Torrey Hunter. That's through the hole. Base hit. Ibar getting a big wave on. Carp getting a chance to show off his arm. It's cut off by Figgins. They got Hunter caught between first and second. And Hunter is back safely. Goodness gracious. 1-0. Angels. Single and an RBI for Hunter. His 34th RBI. Ibar, he scores.
3-2 pitch, middle in fastball. Hunter hits the ball in the hole, and I'll tell you, a very nice throw here by Carp. Good strong throw. It's cut off. They've got to play. Figgins delivers the ball. They've got Hunter hung up, and perhaps Smoke should have maybe shortened the distance up, maybe ran at him a little bit, but Hunter's a pretty instinctive guy.
Wonder. You could see Miguel Olivo, the catcher, pound his glove in a little frustration when the ball got cut off.
It could be that Figgins just read it without really listening to what Olivo said because he thought he could get Hunter.
Double and a single to start the game. Here's Abreu. Takes up high, ball 1. Mike Karp, first game in the pros, and watch Olivo in the back, and pounds his glove in frustration. He thought he had a play, as you called it, Bill. Figgy read it. Thought they'd have a chance to get Hunter between first and second. 2-0 to Abreu.
Boy, Doug is consistently up right now. His front shoulder's flying open. He's a little quick. He's got to stay back a little bit more. Allow his body to stay back. Give that arm a chance to catch up so he can get the ball down the strike zone. Because working behind the count and throwing high fastballs, that's not going to get it.
Third consecutive 3-ball count. 3-2, 3-2, now 3-0 with Vernon Wells, who did major damage last night. He's on deck.
You know, Dave, it's not like, we warm up for a basketball game. You can stand out there for hours on one basket. These guys get 12 throws from the big league mound and they start the game.
Back to the strike.
So it's changed to go from the bullpen to the field. You can't stand out there and warm up for 20 minutes.
And we hear all the time, sometimes a guy will have it out there in the bullpen, come to the mound, not have it, and vice versa.
You can never presume. What? You can feel really bad out there. You might be great that night.
3-1 pitch to Abreu.
And vice versa.
And he takes low for a ball. The first 3 men have reached. How about Vernon Wells last night as Carl Willis comes out for a quick chat? Did some heavy tonnage here last night. Got a pitch up in the zone and it's all over.
There's a curveball that Vargas got up in the zone and Vernon all over it. This is no fluke. This guy has had a big time career, and then later on the big 2-run blast after the play that wasn't made at the plate. Again, fastball, thigh high, middle in. That's a spot that a lot of guys are going to put a big hurt on the ball. And Vernon Wells in 31 home runs last year. He's been out with a groin injury, and of course the Angels are hoping that he's rediscovered his stroke and is going to provide that power.
Hurt the groin in spring training, took a swing, and he felt it and heard it go pop. So he said he spent the last month now just trying to feel good and get the swing back. He broke out in a big way last night with a couple home runs. Got his batting average from last night from 189 to 196. He looks at a ball. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 3 runs knocked in. 11 balls to 9 strikes thrown by Doug Fister.
This guy has got the lowest walk to 9-inning rate in the history of the Mariner organization. So this is really quirky.
1-1. Back this way, 1-2. The Angels are 3-8 in the month of June, and those 2 home runs last night by Wells were significant. First long ball in a week, covering 63 innings and the second home run in the last 101 frames for the Angels. Pitch, foul back.
When you're fighting the count and you're fighting your command, you really got to get to that place where you can find that location so you can start introducing other pitches. I don't care how good you are, you've got to throw something besides fastballs.
Nobody out. Runners at first and second. This is outside, 2-2.
Pretty good looking pitch right there, but when you're kind of all over the place, the umpire is not necessarily going to give you the break.
Get down to Figgins. They'll go to Kennedy for 1. Over to Smoke, safe. Runner at third. Hunter will hold. So Abreu, he's erased. There's 1 out. Runners at the corners.
Fister stayed with the fastball. Ball ran in and jammed Wells. Figgy gets rid of it quick. And on the turn, Kennedy just pulls Smokey off the base. I don't know if they'd had a chance for him anyway.
Another tough hitter now, and Howie Kendrick. Angels 8th in hitting in the American League, 11th in scoring, 11th in home runs. Howie Kendrick 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. It's the ball 1.
leads the American League in road batting average. And when you start talking about offense at second base, once you get past Cano, this is your guy. I mean, he's put up some great numbers in the league.
Fouls it off. Mariners know plenty about Howie Kendrick this year. First 2 games back in May, and now last night's game, he's 6 for 10 with a home run against Mariner pitcher.
He's showing more power this year. 7 home runs. He used to be just an opposite field guy, but started to develop into a little bit more of a slugging threat.
2-1 to Howie Kendrick with those 7 home runs, second to Torrey Hunter on the ball club. Fister, 27 pitches, and working on just his 5th hitter here in the first inning. Strike 2 and 2.
You can see the intent here. Kendrick likes to go the other way, and even though Fister struggles to control, his intention is to throw fastballs and try to run the ball in on Kendrick's hands.
Runners at the corners, 1 out, 1-0 Angels. Goes the other way, base hit, 2-0 Angels. Wells will hold it. Ichiro bobbles Wells to third. So base hit right field. So an E9 on Ichiro. Gets Wells to third.
Fister continuing to pound with fastballs. That was out over the plate. And Kendrick can really go the other way. You see an uncharacteristic bobble by Ichiro, and it allows a plus runner like Wells to easily glide into third base.
3rd error of the year for Ichiro. And now it brings up former Mariner Russell Branyan. Branyan struck out 11 times in his 28 at bat so far with the Angels. Had been with the Diamondbacks, went 5 for 51 with them, picked up on May 26th. You see his career numbers with the Mariners. How did you feel when you had to face your ex-teammates? Whether you're...
I think there's some extra energy to really do your best, or I was going to say stick it to them, but it's how you feel when you compete, right?
Right. Oh, no question. Did you feel like you were armed with a little more, maybe a little more knowledge than what you have gotten off the scouting report?
You know what's interesting is that you pay so much attention to the rest of the league that you don't really analyze your own hitters.
Right,
that makes any sense when you're playing.
No, absolutely.
I'm looking at everybody else, as much film, as much as I can possibly, but not really looking at our guys. But I think you have a better working knowledge just because you know them inside and out.
Big hack there by Branyan, 2-2.
And they certainly know you. They've watched you pitch, and so we can kind of put that aside and go get him.
You call that a push, or maybe give him an advantage. Here's a pitch that Branyan loops it into right field. 3-0 Angels. RBI for Branyan, his second. Right now, all the run support in the world. Hasn't even had a chance to bail out Doug Fister.
High curveball. Branyan, a real good low ball stroker. You know, perhaps we've seen Branyan struggle with the high fastball there, but they went with the curveball. You got to dump it on top of the plate if you're going to throw it right there, and he's able to serve it into right field.
Branyan back at Safeco Field. It's some good moments. This Mariner Ball Club a couple of years ago. Healthy cut from Hank Conger out of Federal Way, Washington. Switch inning catcher. Hitting .226 left-handed, 200 right-handed, total .224.
A lot of chucks right now. 35 pitches for Doug.
Runners at first and second. That's a ball. 1-1.
Joe West has kind of made up his mind already, because that there was a pretty good pitch.
Action in the Mariner bullpen. Jeff Gray's up and throwing. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's Jeff. One of those in case of emergency break glass. And you hate to see that in the first inning.
Well, we've been pretty spoiled here. Our starting pitching has been so terrific that this isn't even a thought.
Served into deep left center field. Karp is there, makes the catch. Runners return. Two outs. 8th hitter coming to the plate, center fielder Peter Borges. So it has not been pretty here in the first inning for Doug Fister. Borges is speedy runner. Went 0 for 4 last night. Struck out 3 times and was thrown out trying to bunt his way on.
And that's his game. I mean, he can flat out fly. He leads the league in bunt base hits and also in triples. But the strikeout's a big problem, and they were working on flattening his hands out a little bit because he gets a little too much wiggle and gets that bat going forward. So they were working on flattening his hands out in batting practice today.
Struck out 5th most times in the American League coming into tonight's game.
And when you can run, that's not good.
Yeah, not at all. 66 Ks. 226 at bats. Line drive down the line. That is a fair ball. Here comes Kendrick into third as Brandon and Doug Fister just getting lit up here in the first inning. Kendrick scores, and the 9th man is about to come to the plate. Eric Wedge going down to talk with Chad Fairchild, the third base umpire. An RBI for Borges is 14th. Now we
trying to see if this thing actually hit the line here. High curveball. Borges stays back on it, lines it straight down the line. Ooh. I think Eric Wedge has an argument here. That first view was definitely foul from my view.
There's another look.
Oof. I see green between white and white. That usually means foul.
That was a lot of green. Green acres. Be that as it may, 4-0. 9th man to the plate. Young Andrew Romine just called up. Karp a long run towards the line, and Mike Karp, boy, I tell you what, first game in the pros in the major leagues in left field, and he got a lot of action in the first inning. Angels send 9 men to the plate. They score 4 times, and Mike Karp ends it right there with a nice sliding catch. Mariners coming to bat.
Thank you very much, Dave. In comeback mode, the Mariner batting order for tonight's game. You got Ichiro leading off. Ryan hitting second at short. Smoke, the first baseman. Kennedy, lead up slot. Jack Cuss, Olivo, Carp. Holman getting a start in center field. And Sean Figgins in the 9-hole.
Jared Weaver. What a start he had to the season, winning his first 6. Give you an idea how good this guy is. He's third in ERA, third in innings pitched, first in road ERA, fourth in strikeouts, and fourth in opponent's batting average against at 194. Ichiro. Late start for Hunter. 1 out.
Take a look at those Angels defensively. Look at this outfield. Wells, Borges, and Hunter. Those 2 guys aren't in center, I believe. Romine, Ibar, Kendrick, and Brandon. Infield third to first. The battery, Jared Weaver and Hank Conger. And we've talked a little bit about Jared Weaver. Terrific pitcher, led the AL in strikeouts last year. He's in the Cy Young conversation for sure. Really a terrific pitcher that's had an awful lot of success against the Mariners, and clearly the numbers belie.
Wins his first 6, then goes on a losing streak where he loses 4. Over his last 4 starts, he's 1-0 with 3 no decisions and a 1.79 ERA. He too has not had a lot of run support. Talked to him yesterday. He said there's not been any sniping pitchers against the hitters.
Well, that can unfold a team, you know, whether it's right either way. Either way.
And Ryan 1-1. Jared Weaver's older brother Jeff pitched for time here with the Mariners. Out of baseball right now. Jared said enjoying his retirement and chasing the kids around. Brendan Ryan 1 for 3 last night. Got a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning.
Real good long at bat where he stayed in that at bat against a tough pitcher. Mariners did a nice job against Heron. If they can do that with Weaver, they get right back in the ball game.
1-2. Strike 3 called. 2 down.
Tell you, that angle that Jared Weaver comes from, a little bit of crossfire, and for righties that's got to be real tough to pick up. And he'll give you a big speed differential. He'll show you a low 70s curveball, and then that 90-91 looks a lot quicker.
Mariners got him back on May 18th. They beat him 3-0. Here's what you're talking about.
Here's this crossfire. See, he steps way toward the third base side, and that ball feels like it's starting right at your ear hole and end up on the outside corner.
Smoke 3 for 11 with a home run against me. Justin looks at the strike. Looking bat looper. 8 pitches for Weaver. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. It's 4-0 Angels. first inning output, and let us remind you that Franklin Gutierrez poster day is set for this Sunday. Mariners finish up the series with the Phillies. All future stars 14 and under take home the final edition of the Pepsi Poster Series featuring the center fielder for the Mariners. Get your tickets by going to mariners.com/tickets or any Mariners team store. Flag Day here on June 14th. Bastille Day is July 14th. I was flipping that around this morning when I got up. I knew the 14th of June was something, and I got it right. It was our Flag Day. Ibar led off the game. 3-2 pitch, doubled to left center field. Came around and scored on the Torii Hunter single. So RBIs in the first inning. Hunter, Kendrick, Branyan, and Borges. 4 runs on 5 hits, a Mariner error, and 2 left. Nice job by Fister to protect the 5-hole. 1 down. All of us here at Root Sports want to wish a very happy birthday to Tom Sanford of the Dalles, Oregon. Happy birthday, Tom. We appreciate you watching. And we want to hear from you next year on June 14th.
Played a lot of baseball in the Dalles, Oregon. Always dry. We'd have rainy weather in Portland, and we could always go up to the Dalles and play.
Alan Embers,
I know you're excited to hear that.
No, hey, I like my geography. I like to be informed on the geography.
Right up the Columbia River, just east of town.
He, of course, played baseball and hoops at the University of Portland. Put another in the book for Darwin Cook.
That's right. Many times. A great player, my teammate.
Covered him with the Jersey Nets. Two and 1 to Torii Hunter. RBI single to left. Gets into this one. Backs up Hallman. 1 out. 2 outs. Big part. 2 outs. See Greg Hallman out there. Gutierrez getting a day off. So the outfield tonight for the Mariners. They've got Mike Carp in left, Hallman in center, and Ichiro in right.
Much more efficient. He's got the ball going downhill. So he's got it working, getting ahead, got his sink on his fastball and his breaking ball. Much, much better this inning.
42 pitches. Wow. He's 9 hitters. Here's Abreu. Walked in a 3-1 pitch.
And this guy can keyhole with the best of them. I mean, terrific batting eye, always a 400 on base percentage type of guy, and he's had a tremendous career.
37 years young, you know it.
He's in his own class when you start talking about home runs, doubles, and stolen bases. I mean,
been with the Houston, Philadelphia, and Yankee organizations. Got jammed this time. Adam Kennedy, the former agent, takes care of it. That'll do it here in the second inning. Much better performance here in the second inning by Doug Fister. Nothing across from the Angels. They lead 4-0. Could be in Montana, though more than likely it is, but nonetheless, a little bit of traveling music.
Yeah. I mean, that's. How about this one here?
A young
52.
grandma.
That means she's not even 52 yet, and a grandma to boot.
Adam Kennedy. Yankees 12-4 over the Rangers, top the 8th. Yankee Stadium in New York. You're just going to have highlights of that game a little bit later. 2-1 Adam Kennedy. Leads the club with a .281 batting average. Two and two.
That's the good news of the night so far. The Bombers piling on the Rangers. We're not unhappy about that.
Royals up 1-0, top 3 at Oakland. Adam Kennedy 4 for 14 against Jared Weaver. Full count.
There you see the big speed disparity. In fact, you'll see some curveballs down in the low to mid 70s. This guy can really spread you out speed wise.
That is a foul ball. Weaver on the season came into tonight with 90 strikeouts, 25 walks, and 100 in the third innings. Adam Kennedy 1 for 4 last night. RBI double in the first inning. Payoff pitch. Weaver, outstanding pitcher at Long Beach State. As you look at Jack Cust, the on-deck hitter. Three-two.
This is a great AP here by Adam Kennedy. The kind as a pitcher, you got a 4-0 lead, just aggravates you to no end. You're like, please put it in play.
Yeah, you're throwing strikes.
Yeah, just please put it in play. I'll take my chances. And this is great work by AK. He's been, in my opinion, the Mariners' best hitter this year.
3-2 pitch. Backhanded by the first baseman Brandon. Flips to Weaver for the first out. Michael Pineda is scheduled to take the mound this Friday night against the Phillies, and the Mariners are going to be wearing their green alternate jerseys. First 20,000 of you can go green because you're going to receive your very own Ichiro replica green jersey. Got one in my hands. Get your tickets today at mariners.com/tickets. It's got the button down in the front. Good stuff. What size we talking?
Yeah. Item for a family member there somewhere, Dave.
Absolutely.
Make somebody happy.
Somebody's immediate future. Here's Jack Cust. Played on Sunday in Detroit, went 0 for 3. One to Jack.
He's got some success against Weaver, though, over 300 careers, so he's in the lineup tonight.
Cust with a home run in Minnesota and a home run here at Safeco Field. 1-1. Hits this one pretty well. Backing up the left fielder Wells on the track, though, and he makes the catch. Five in a row set down by Weaver. Brings up catcher Miguel Olivo. 0 for 4, couple strikeouts last night.
This bat's been doing a lot of talking lately, though. 8 homers over his last 22 games, 21 RBIs.
10 home runs, more than the entire catching core had last year.
Maybe for 2 years.
Yeah, good point. Sky to right. Terry Hunter in a couple. Another 1-2-3 inning for Weaver. 6 up, 6 down through 2 with a 4-0 lead. Holding up here at Safeco Field. Good view from center field. Time for AT&T trivia question. And Bill and I, we've got this one locked up already. We want to see if you folks have it locked up. What baseball claim to fame do Hal Smith and Bernie Carbo share? Text your answers to 95323. Hal Smith, Bernie Carbo. You old timers, if you don't remember it off the top, when we give you the answer, you're going to go, oh man, I should have hit that. Give you a couple of hints. One year was 1960. The other was 1975 as we look at Vernon Wells leading off here in the third. That one goes foul. So Pfister got through the second inning. Some of the things you were talking about in the first inning, Bill, do you see him come through with that?
Yeah, he got back to get the ball downhill and showing different pitches.
Rolls over on that one. Ground ball to Ryan. Wells is thrown out. One out here in the third inning and brings up Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. RBI single to right his first time.
Pfister fighting the count in the first inning and trying to pound Kendrick in. Ended up getting one out over the plate. Kendrick does what he does well, hit the ball the other way.
1-1. There's a strike.
See, he's pretty intent on trying to pound him in.
Two.
Really nice job there. Swung the ball back over the outside corner. A little two-seamer coming back.
To right field. Retro. 2 outs. Six in a row retired now.
Numbers a lot better. And the cutter coming into play. 4 of the last 5 outs with his cutter. And you have to get ahead so you can use it.
It's the one that got David Ortiz back in late April. There's Russell Branyan. Big Poppy said, where did that pitch come from?
He wasn't very happy.
No, he was not.
He didn't get the memo, I guess.
Not that day. Big Russell Branyan. RBI single to right. 2-2 pitches. First at bat. Breaks a bat, loops one left field. Karp's there. And Mike Karp. Nice account of himself in left field. 1, 2, 3 and a third. Still 4-0 Angels. Washington Star, University of Washington Star. Sixers, a much improved ball club under Doug Collins this year. Here's Mike Karp, bottom third of the order against Jared Weaver. Mike 2 for 12 since being called up. He went 0 for 4, struck out his last 3 times last evening. Twice looking.
See, there's that slow curveball, 70 miles an hour, Dave. See, when you show, then you show 92, it looks like 110.
1-1 to Karp. Ripped it up big time down at Tacoma. 1-2.
Well, he did a season's worth of damage the first couple of months at Tacoma. 19 and 58, 348.
Very impressive.
You earn your way up when you do that.
They can't ignore you. Line drive, center field, base hit, Mike Karp on a 1-2 pitch. First Mariner hit. Let's check in with Angie. A lot of things going on tonight. Angie, what do you have?
Well, right now the Texas Rangers actually losing to the New York Yankees. So the Yankees helping the Mariners out in the division. Joe Girardi and his crew outscoring the powerful Rangers lineup. It's our Sterling Savings Bank score. Alex Rodriguez blasts one into the gap in left center field. Brett Gardner, Mark Teixeira come home, and right now the Yankees up 12-4 in the 9th, Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you. First hit of the night by the Mariners. Here's a foul ball off the bat of Greg Holman. Holman hitting .444, 8 for 18 since his call-up. Karp, Holman, and Figgins here in the third. 4-run first for the Angels. Holman impressive in his first at bats, Bill, going up the middle and using the right side.
Yeah, he's really stayed inside the ball the other way. Obviously, he has a resume for power, but becoming a more complete hitter using the whole field. And when you think about Michael Saunders, his undoing was his inability to do that. Holman comes up and he's able to do that, and that's a real feather in his cap. Opportunity knocks. He had to wait a long time, and now he's getting his chance.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 1 down.
We talked about Karp's at bat, the big slow spinner, 70 miles an hour. You see how far Karp was out in front, and then right behind it, 91 that looks like 100. Carp falls it off, and then fastball down in that loop zone, but you can see how he had to fight that baby off. Really pulled his hands inside, lined the ball up the middle. The guy has worked hard on rounding his hitting game out.
Here's Sean Figgins. Figgins last night 1 for 3, got a double. Eric Wedge encouraged by that. He hit it hard too, gapped it last night, right center field. Coming over towards the line in foul territory, Wells is there. And Figgins is retired. And hearing it from the fans. 2 outs. So Ichiro, chance to keep the inning going. And fly it out to right. Open up the home first. Weaver comes set. They're not holding Carp on. Left-hand hitter up. Brandon just sort of token holding. Comes off at first base. Carp was an unfortunate victim of being picked off in Detroit last weekend, a few days ago, by Justin Verlander. Maybe the best right-handed move I've seen in years.
It was a blur, and you know, as basically a rookie, the last thing you want to do is have that happen twice.
1-2 to Ichiro.
Each tried to pull the ball the first time up, got a little bit off the end. Now you know he's going to be looking the other way with 2 strikes.
And they're playing him that way as well. 1-2. Conger jumping on that one. 2-2. Weaver's won 4 of his last 5 games against the Mariners. ERA in that stretch 1.49.
Been a bit of a Mariner killer, particularly of late, but he's been killing the rest of the league pretty much the last couple of years.
Ichiro beyond the grasp of Kendrick. Making his way to third is Carp. So a 2-out base knock by Ichiro. First and third for the Mariners. Nice job by Ichiro.
Boy, this is just phenomenal bat control. Head down on the baseball, a nasty breaking ball down. Look at him stay through the baseball. I mean, that's a mark of a guy that just is better than everybody else when you can do that. And when he's going good, Dave, I mean, he's one of the best breaking ball hitters I've ever seen.
You said it earlier, swinging. He's not just trying to throw a dart somewhere. He's swinging now.
Like I said, eventually you got to put the 5-iron away and take out the driver again and do your thing. And then everybody has to be honest. And you know what? The guy has defied odds. I mean, 10 years of 220, 30 hits against elite defenses, specialization of pitching, you name it. And you think to the day when this was actually happening, discount Boggs and Gwynn and some of the guys that did it for a little while, you're going back into the 20s and 30s when guys were 5'9", guys were placing 85-mile-an-hour fastball and playing with oven mitts. I mean, that's how far you got to go back to sort of match what this guy's doing in today's game. So you got to cut him some slack.
0-2 to Ryan. Brendan took a called third strike in the first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. He's able to check. He did. Angel Hernandez down at first base.
You're going to have some pretty strong wrists to stop your swing on that right there.
Valiant effort. Ball and 2 strikes. Shade Ryan towards right. Angel outfield. Way upstairs. And the Mariners beat Weaver here on May 18th. 3-0 final.
See Weaver right there, kind of smelling blood with 2 strikes, trying to go a little higher, kind of sensing that he can maybe get Ryan to chase. So now at 2-2, going to be trying to make a pitch here. By that I mean trying to hit the strike zone, try to make a real good pitch, not necessarily pitching out of the strike zone.
Pitcher's pitch to put away, right?
You don't want to go 3-2. Let the runner start.
Carpet third, Ichiro at first. 2-2, 2 outs.
Went right back to the well upstairs. His first AB locked him up on a fastball, kind of sensed that Ryan was looking breaking ball with 2 strikes, and you can see that he's, after an early breaking ball, is pounding the top shelf.
Mariners kid, use a little action here. Reese coming straight in from center field now. 2-2. Not off again.
See, this guy's been a great pitcher. He's 71-43, but I think it's been this past year or 2 where he's gone from being kind of a 7-inning hit the wall guy to being an 8-9 inning pitcher, and I think that's taken him to another level, in my opinion.
I'm impressed by the last 4 games. 1-0, 3 no decisions. We talked about his lack of run support. His ERA in those 4 games, 1.79. 2-2 to Ryan. Ichiro takes off, swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the Mariners here in the 3rd. They get a couple on, can't get them in. 4-0 Angels.
Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Good to have you with us here on Root Sports. Rally Fries, people are being very creative. It's been a good year for Rally Fry signs.
They just keep setting the bar higher and higher, Dave.
Move to Atlanta. How about that one? Braves will be here next time the Mariners come back after going to Washington, Florida, Atlanta, and San Diego.
Hot Atlanta. Probably a good time to be out of there, back in the cool air.
But we will be in D.C.
Oh, yeah. How will it be back there, Dave?
The opening bid starts at 85.
How much humidity?
Well, it started 95. Back up the middle. Hank Conger out of Federal Way with a base hit. That ends a run of 7 consecutive retired by Doug Fister. Leadoff base hit by Conger brings up Peter Borges. Batting in the 8th spot. Got an RBI single to left.
Got a breaking ball from Pfister that hung and hit it right down the line. Questionable call, I think it's fair to say, on the fair foul.
Runner goes. Hit and run. Hit foul.
The way Mike Scioscia and the Angels like to play it. They're going to put that game in motion.
Last night, 20,238 here at Safeco Field. About the same tonight. Late swing, Borges 0-2. Outside. I bet Olivo just got that in his webbing.
That was a four-seamer that was looking for the backstop. Miguel makes a great play on that ball. I mean, you want to expand the strike zone, but you want to be able to make a pitch that's
might be able
you
to get a guy
to try to take it. Yeah,
that is a foul ball. .58 degrees at first pitch back at 7:10. Feels like it's dropping by the minute. Breeze coming straight in from center field.
Maddox's favorite line, Greg Maddux, get ahead with strikes and make them swing at balls. I mean, that's the simplest as it can possibly be, and that's where you want to be right here when you're ahead.
Borges, he's gone. It's a first strikeout for Doug Fister.
Well, after that rocky first inning, Doug Fister has rediscovered his cutter, but you got to get ahead to throw it. There's a nasty 86-mile-an-hour cutter or 85-mile-an-hour cutter off the edge, and Borges, who's had trouble with the strikeout, makes a little turn back to the dugout. Nice pitch by Fister.
67 times now he struck out. Strike to young Andrew Romine.
5 of the last 6 first pitch strikes for Fister.
Romine just called up Sunday for AAA Salt Lake City. Finds a hole. It's a base hit. Conger will run to third. No, he doesn't. Slams on the brakes. Realize Ichiro is coming up with that ball. First and second, one out.
See, Romine stays back pretty good. A high curve ball. Didn't really get the right tilt on it. Left us up in the strike zone, but obviously pretty good aim. Sneak it between first and second. We see Conger taking off on the ball. And whoa. Put on them brakes. 51 out there loading his gun.
He can still throw. Top of the order now. Here's Ibar. Ball one. Third plate appearance already for Ibar. Just in the 4th inning. Gets into this one. Deep right field. Ichiro makes the catch. Conger was halfway to third. He'll get back. 2 down. Nice play by Ichiro.
See a high fastball from Fister, and you can see Ibar pull his hands in and puts the barrel of the bat on this. Now they're playing him straight up, so this is a long run for Ichiro and a really good route to run this ball down. Fine play.
What you said there, so important. Really good route. We saw. Who did we see? Somebody recently took a circuitous. Oh, I know, it was Hallman playing left field the other day. He made the catch, but he could see, he rounded it off. He got fooled a little bit. First time playing in Comerica Park.
But has speed to burn,
yeah.
And you can kind of make up for that. But over time, That angle and that footwork, that first step is so crucial.
Torrey Hunter 1 for 2 with an RBI. Off the end of the bat.
Speaking of angles and great plays, this guy could do his own 2-hour special on great plays in center field. I mean, one of the best at stealing home runs and dramatic plays at the wall.
Took extra bases away from Barry Bonds in an All-Star game. Barry, remember, he went out and picked him up. Yeah,
it was a heck of a play. I was right above that play at that All-Star game.
2-2. I remember correctly, that's Gutierrez won his first Gold Glove this past season. Probably should have won one the year before as well. Of course, that was the All-Star game where they ran out of players.
I was just going to say, kind of a black eye on the game, I'd say. What did you say? So now we play for keeps, Dave. That's how we fixed it. Don't add extra players, just play for keeps. I don't agree.
2-2.
It's a show.
It's an exhibition.
Exactly.
Full countdown to Hunter with Abreu on deck. First and second, runners take off. Pitch swung on and missed. Big strikeout by Fister, his second. Angels get 2 on. Fister leaves him there. Mariner offense trying to get clicking. It's 4-0 Angels. Still lead 4-0. Let's revisit our AT&T trivia question. What baseball claim to fame do Hal Smith and Bernie Carbo share? Well, look at Hal Smith, 3-run homer, Game 7, 1960 World Series. Carbo, 3-run homer, Game 6 in the 75 World Series. And that set up, they would have been heroes, but it went to somebody else. Hal Smith was superseded by Bill Mazeroski, and Carbo by Carlton Fisk to win Game 6 of the 75 World Series. And if you go to Yahoo Sports, their Big League Stew blog, you read about Bernie Carbo coming out and talking about how he had extra fortification and chemicals in his body when he did that in 1975, and 4 people got it right. Here's a line drive right field coming in. Hunter off the bat of Smoke, 1 down. David in Portland had the right reply, along with Craig in Shoreline, John in Bend, Oregon, and Andy in Yakima. We got partial answer. Way to go, fellas.
Well, I'm glad I'm learning about Carbo now. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember when I saw Dick Allen with a cigarette in the dugout in the front of Sports Illustrated.
Remember that?
That blew my mind.
72, yeah.
It was nothing, I guess.
His MVP, I believe that was, yeah, it was his MVP year. He and Bill Melton hit a whole bunch of home runs in that year. Both were in the 30s.
Talk about the naivete that I lived in as a kid.
You weren't alone. Wow, these guys smoke during games?
What's that all about? Athlete smokes?
First time we were in Detroit, what was that, in April? And Jim Leyland doing his dugout talk, he was looking at Adam Kennedy. And, you know, managers do their pregame with the media every day. Jim's a great guy.
Yeah.
Good baseball. Just a lifer. But he likes to get the heater going. The guy brought a camera over and says, no. He put that away.
Famous for the reverse cup of the hand, right? You can hide that puppy. You wonder how you didn't burn your wrist when you do that, but you talent, you know.
Kennedy pops out to the shortstop eye board. Where did you nail out? 2 outs. Let's take a look at the Mariner calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Day off on Thursday after the series concludes tomorrow. The Fightin' Phils come in and travel to Washington, D.C. We'll see Michael Morse, former Mariner. Then Florida comes in, followed by Atlanta and San Diego. So a lot of good baseball be played here at Safeco Field.
Mike Morse has found a home.
Hasn't he? Doing a nice
First base.
job.
Big target over there. He just couldn't find a place to play, but he always hit. And had a Green winning grand slam, I think, this year.
Yes, he did. He's had a couple of walk-offs.
Happy for him.
Good kid. 1-1 to Cuss. Flied out to left his first time. Yankees beat Texas 12-4. That's a final. 2-1. Count to Jack Cust. Swing and a miss by Cust. 2-2. The Phillies have announced just so far Roy Oswalt in the first game here in Seattle on Friday.
Well, that Texas game, Alexio Gondo must have got a piece of that beating, huh? 7-0 must be 7-1 now. Came in 7-0 to 2-1. Baseball, eventually the gods and the odds catch up to you a little bit there.
Cust looks at ball 3, full count, 2 out, nobody on. Strike 3 called. Cust is gone. So are the Mariners in the 4th. Strikeout number 4 for Weaver, and he leads 4-0.
Sonic and current Oklahoma Thunder player taking in the Mariners game right now. Watching moves right now. They have some work to do. Meantime, Justin Verlander threw a no-hitter on May 7th against Toronto. Could he do it against the Tribe again tonight in the 5th? He gets Shin-Soo Choo looking, so it's looking pretty good for him. 8th inning, Orlando Cabrera, though, takes a fastball right back up the middle. That ends the no-hit bid. He came close, though, Dave. Came close.
4-0 win for Verlander tonight against the Cleveland Indians of Detroit, first place in the Central Division. Cleveland has really come back to earth. As you look at Bobby Abreu, looking at strike two. Abreu, Wells, and Kendrick, and Bill Kruger. You were right about Ogando in that Texas loss to the Yankees. Ogando, an inning and 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned.
Yeah, a little ERA punishment for Mr. Ogando, and welcome to the club. You get hit club, you get knocked out early club. Everybody's in, Dave. You all get to
be
wear
rolling. You can be rolling for a while, and all of a sudden you just have one of those games.
All the best have had their lunch.
1-2 to Abreu, who's walked and grounded out to second.
Yeah, I was talking about this kind of notable number with Abreu. 20 homers, 20 SBs, and 40 stolen bases 5 times in his career.
Oof, that's impressive.
No one else has done it more than 3 times in the history of the game. That kind of speaks volumes to how good a player this guy's been.
There's another. I saw his name connected with some other, a whole bunch of other big time players as well.
Yep.
2-2 to Bobby. And he's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Fister, 3rd of the game, 1 out here in the 5th.
You know, as bad as this game has started, Doug Fister has an electric cutter, and it's just wearing guys out right now. I mean, after that first inning, it's been he's been nasty. He gets a hit, 2 strikes, wham. 86-mile-an-hour cutter with some darting down and in.
Down the line, foul. First inning, Doug, 4 runs, all earned on 5 hits, and they left 2. Since then, no runs on 2 hits, and he struck out 3.
And to his credit, he has hung tough and got it back together.
First inning, he had Jeff Gray up throwing. Here's another foul ball. Not quite as big a crowd as we had last night. 17,634. Last night was 20,238. Great look from the outfield, and these folks came appropriately attired. Brought the appropriate equipment just in case. Angels are taking batting practice. A little bit of rain, so they had the roof extended. And right before first pitch, they opened it up. Big damage.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say big damage done by Wells, and they get him this time. 3 straight strikeouts, 4 strikeouts in a game for Mr. Fister. And coming up this Sunday, spent Father's Day with the Mariners and Phillies right here at Safeco Field. After the game, 10,000 dads. You take home a set of 4 Mariner baseball coasters as a gift from us on the special day. Get your tickets for the Mariners and the Phillies at mariners.com/tickets or any Mariners team store. Two down. The hitter's Howie Kendrick. Good breaking ball. 1-1.
Yeah, that last breaking ball to Vernon Wells, that was a snapdragon with a dewdrop at the end of it, as my friend Ray Burris used to say.
Ray Burris, good right-hander. Drive to right field for Ichiro. So after getting knocked around and bludgeoned in the first inning, Fister's really settled down here through 5. It's still 4-0 as he's allowed no runs on 2 hits since that bad first inning. High here in the ballpark tonight, part of the 17,634. Mariners on the short end right now, 4-0. Good to have the kids here.
I think they're singing that song, School's Out for Summer. I think so. Are they out now? Pretty close, I think.
Should be. Miguel Olivo, Mike Carp, Greg Holman against Jared Weaver. And Bill, we've seen Weaver strike out 4. He hasn't walked anybody. He's given up just 2 hits.
Yeah, I mean, this guy can flat out pitch, and he shows you such a variety. He gives you deception. He's got big speed changes. He's got control. You know, you can see why the league's hitting $194 off him, and why he's had so much success and efficiency. Wow, look at that.
Righties are hitting 171 against Weaver. Lefties 213. Swing and a miss.
I mean, that's 89. It looks like 96, which is a good lesson for kids to think about, is that speed change can make your fastball bigger. You don't have to necessarily be the hardest thrower. If you can throw something slower and then something quicker, hitter has a hard time adjusting.
1-2 to Olivo. Short center field coming in. Borges calls off Howie Kendrick. 1 out. Check out our Home Depot doing more on defense. And how about Mike Carp? Hey kid, go play some left field. Ball kept finding it.
That's the baseball gods rule, you know, and they think maybe slightly out of position or something new to the game, they're gonna make you earn it.
That was a nice catch off of the bat of Andrew Romine for the final out of the first inning. Final out of the first inning, in which the Angels scored 4 times. Breaking ball misses ball 1. Carpy with a base hit. Center field on a 1-2 pitch in the 3rd.
.68. It's an eephus curve right there.
Thank you, Rip Sewell. Back to the box, Carp.
Ted Williams in the All-Star game, right?
Thank you. 1941. But Carp looking a lot better than he did last night.
You know, 2-0 count. Fastball down the screws, and that action that he's had down in AAA ain't no accident. Another bullet up the middle for Carp.
Got ahead 2-0. Made it happen. Holman, he struck out swinging on an 0-2 pitch. Up in the zone his first time. A few minutes ago you mentioned Ray Burris, 15 years in the major leagues. Cubbies, Yankees, Mets, Montreal, Oakland, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Milwaukee. Dribbler, Romine, Kendrick, over to Brandon. That's a heck of a turn. Mariners are gone in the 5th. Young Romine got it started. Howie Kendrick does. copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Good to have you with us. Doug Fister. Boy, he's gotten it together after a brutal first inning. Dave Sims. Bill Kruger working tonight. It'll be Russell Branyan, Hank Conger, Peter Borges. Strike one to Big Russ. Branyan, RBI single in the first, fly out to left. That was in the third. Drive to left, backs up the cart. One down.
You can see the pitch count. I mean, he's at 95, but boy, he spotted the field. A lot of chucks there in the first inning. 42. That might be our high water number for one inning, don't you think?
It's got to be. It's got to be. He doesn't like having his name associated with it, but 42 is an extraordinary number. Jeff Gray got up and threw for a little bit. They almost had to bring him in. And Conger 1 for 2. Single to center's last at bat.
He's gone from a guy that couldn't find his release point to surgeon-like ability with maybe the best looking curveball I've seen him have now. He's hung some early. Now all of a sudden it's got teeth in it.
Cutter improved too. Take a look at high speed pitch brought to you by Century Link.
How many times can you remember Doug Fister being on the top end of the high-speed pitch? I mean, he's a different animal this year.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 88, 89 the last couple of years. 3-1. It's a fair ball. Gobbled up by Smoke. 2 outs. Four runs on 5 hits. 2 men left in the first inning. Since then, no runs, 2 hits. Fister struck out 4 in the second inning through up to the moment. Borges 1 for 2 RBIs, single to left, first inning. Bounces 1 to Figgy. Higgins over to Smoke, and that'll do it. Well, Fister, if he could get some run support, which we've been saying all year would be nice. He's found his groove here through 6. Detroit the other day, we had a couple of young, lovely ladies trying to take a picture of themselves. The camera pointed backwards. Well, this time, this gentleman's got a good-looking sign, but it's upside down.
We give him a mulligan for a senior moment there, you think? Or?
Done.
Although we're creeping up on that.
Creeping.
Into that stretch of life. We better be careful where we point our fingers, right?
On arrival. What are you talking about? Here's Figgins leading off. Shows bunt. All right, I got it right. Dude, you got it upside down. Oh, yeah, that a baby. Giving him the business.
Wow.
1-1 to Figgins. He fouled out. The left fielder, Vernon Wells, his first time up. This is completing, Bill, just the second time around for the Mariners against Weaver. Meanwhile, the Angels are about to start their fourth time around against Fister.
Yeah, it's been surgeon-like so far for Jered Weaver.
That out of the way, 3-1.
Talking to the Angels, you know, there was a stretch of time where Figgins hit 9 for them when he was an Angel, and it was
that.
like the double leadoff.
Sure.
It really worked, and you know, you get the sense that this is a good fit for him.
Extra strike. Figgy batting ninth tonight. Ichiro, of course, back in the leadoff spot.
Because I like him in front of Ichiro, I really do, and I know it's hard for Fig because he's taking a lot of pride in his offense, and 9 makes you feel like you're failing. You know, early he just needs to kind of take that spot and use it to his advantage.
Popped up. It's 3 hits for the Mariners tonight against Jered Weaver. Carp a leadoff single in the third. Ichiro followed with a base hit in the third, and then Carp again with 1 out in the fifth.
I mean, it's a lot like Verlander the other night, just not quite as overwhelming, but the same result so far.
Weaver struck out 4. He has not walked anybody.
I mean, with Verlander, it was A and B.
Oh.
A 98 upstairs, dark curveball downstairs. This guy has got an assortment and big speed change.
3-2 to Figgins. Well struck. Right field. Base hit. John Figgins to start the 6th. Figgins last night with the ball hard, a double to right center.
Fastball center cut. You don't want to walk a guy. If Figgins is ready to hit, high fastball, noses it right up. Beautiful clean single to right field.
Fourth Mariner hit brings up Ichiro. 1 for 2. This starts a 3rd time around for the Mariners against Jered Weaver. All 1. They've learned a lot in this time, haven't they? This kid's dialed in pretty good.
And you just can't really get him in a spot where you kind of know what's coming. I mean, he's shown a 68 mile an hour curveball, a 93 mile an hour fastball, and all kinds of assortment in between.
High, 2-0.
You see the numbers there. Great ratio.
Conger going out for a quick check. Ibar, the shortstop, comes in. 4 strikeouts. Angels have turned 1 double play. Got him out of the 5th.
This guy never stops stretching, and he doesn't pull muscles, so something's right about it, you know.
Only Gumby is more flexible. 2-1. Infielded double play depth to the faster Mariners out there. They get out of play. Angels continue to shade Ichiro towards the line in left field and shallow.
You look at that Angels outfield. I mean, Peter Borges, he must feel like he's got to really be good. He's got 2 Gold Glove, multiple Gold Glove center fielders on each side of him. And he must be pretty good out there.
He can really run. Weaver set 2-2 to Ichiro. Figgins at first. Popped it up. Wells playing shallow. Takes control. Calls off Ibar. 1 out, 1 on, 6th inning. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by AT&T. By Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich at participating restaurants. And by Budweiser, official beer of the first inning. Great times are on deck. Grab some buds. Along with Bill Kruger and our Root Sports crew, I'm Dave Sims. Good to have you with us here. Cool night in Seattle. Jared Weaver riding an explosive 4-run first inning for the Angels. Leads at 4-0. Struck out 4. Hasn't walked anybody. Given up just 4 hits. He's got double play written all over it. Bang. See ya. Second double play turned tonight by the Angels. And another 0 posted on the board for Seattle.
Inning, Seattle down 4-0, looking to make up some runs here, and Joe West is working behind the plate tonight. I had a chance to talk to him after the game last night, and you know, the interesting thing about Joe is that he holds the patent for all of that protective gear that umpires wear, and when you take a look, it looks a lot similar to what the catchers wear. Not the case. It has been specially designed to absorb the shock, which is different from catcher's gear, right? Because a catcher doesn't want that ball to go anywhere. He wants him to drop it right at his feet so he's not chasing it to the backstop. An umpire doesn't care so much where it lands. He just doesn't want to feel the pain. So, Dave, it looks a lot different, a lot like football gear.
It does. It looks very familiar. Good for Joe. And I'm sure all the boys appreciate it. Looks like everybody's on board.
Well, you know, he said, and it's been a while since this has happened, but since he designed that new chest plate, nobody leaves the game with broken collarbones anymore, which used to be a real problem for those guys if you take a foul ball off the shoulders. And it really looks like the pads a linebacker would wear is now what they're wearing under their chest.
So here's some more. What do we have here?
So take a look at this. So this is what goes over their legs, and there's actually ankle flaps that go over their ankles. The cool thing about this is that the knee is a Velcro piece, so you can adjust the length. So you've got a small size and a large size, so the umpire doesn't have to keep changing stuff around, and you can buy kind of one that fits a lot of different people. And he works directly with Wilson and directly with the people who manufacture the padding to make sure that it's right. And he should know because he's been around for, I don't even know how long. I've lost track of all the important games he's been in.
Tell you what, guys all through the umpiring business have to enjoy that. And they thank Joe West. Cowboy and back safely is Romine, who reached on a strikeout pass ball. And a new mask. What improvements has Joe made there?
So when you take a look at this, there's only 2 bars that are solid And that would be the two that go right above the eyes and right underneath the eyes. The rest of those are tubular, so that's what keeps the mask light. The one thing they're working on to improve in the area of safety is preventing concussions from the umpires. And so they've added some extra padding, they've added extra kind of layers and shock absorbing system. That is actually suede on the inside of that.
Tell you what, I believe Jeff Mathis had a concussion after catching the ball off the mask last night. And I know catchers would like to get involved in this as well.
Yeah, it's dangerous back there, and they've made a lot of improvements in ways that you wouldn't think. You know, by having that tubular design, it actually helps to absorb some of the shock. Instead of breaking and splintering off, it's a lot safer back there. So he's done some impressive work.
Great stuff. Jed, it's a chance for the Mariners' turn two. And Ryan flips over easily, and the Mariners get their first twin killing of the night. That's a big one. Jed, great report, and sounded like you had a lot of fun with Cowboy Joe West. Thanks so much.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Good job.
So 2 outs here in the 7th. So Pfister has really done some strong work, Bill, after that 42-pitch first inning.
Yeah, he's gotten efficient, and boy, he's been tough. He just said enough and turned a page and got back to being the guy he's been all season long.
High fly ball, left center field off the bat of Hunter, and Holman is there for the out. So with the double play, Pfister faces the minimum in the 7th. The Mariners still trailing 4-0. In the middle game of this 3-game set, and right now the Mariners really could use some rally fries.
And Marissa is delivering to our lucky winners for tonight. You had to go with this sign, huh? That was great. And some anticipation of it not working out too well. Nicole, of course, the date on the left. Then there's Tommy, the one that's dating Nicole. Then Ellen, the sister, and Gabe, the foursome that got tickets for tonight's game, but obviously a date with a lot of trepidation attached to it. Would you say?
Yes, indeed.
Fries will cure all, though, won't it?
Let's hope. See if the 7th inning is lucky for the Mariners. Smoke, Kennedy, and Cust. Jared Weaver's had a couple of double plays turned behind him, one in each of the last 2 innings. Smoke tonight, couple of fly balls. Smoke 3 for 13 now with a home run against Weaver.
Now, this young man, he's been shoved in the middle of the order, probably a little more advanced than you would probably anticipate him being handled. But I'll tell you what, his approach at the plate and his steadiness of his work ethic, I just think he's going to be a great hitter.
Down to Brennan. Brennan takes care of it. 1 out. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Widmer Brothers Brewing. Brewing without boundaries. And by Pizza Hut and the new Ultimate Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now get your favorite toppings and cheese baked right into the crust. Dave Simpson, Bill Kruger, Root Sports Crew. 7th inning, 1 out. Adam Kennedy, he's 0 for 2. Weaver has been on top of his game. 4 strikeouts. None since the 4th, but he got a double play to end the 5th and the 6th. The young man had been throwing some really good baseball. Last 4 starts, 1-0 with 3 no decisions, a 1.79 ERA, and he's battling now against Adam Kennedy, who's the Mariners' leading hitter. Weaver's ahead 0-2.
Again, you know, exploring the top of the strike zone. I mean, this guy has a real clear idea how to pitch and how to take advantage of the hitter's weaknesses.
High again, 2-2.
Not much you can do when when someone's pitching like Weaver is right now.
Ground ball at Kendrick. 2 outs. So here's Weaver now, 6 2/3. He's gone beyond the 1,000 inning mark in his career. 4th Angel pitcher on the staff with 1,000+ innings, Heron, Pinheiro, and Santana.
And we talk about efficiency. 87 pitches into the 7th inning. That's really good.
Jack Cuss, fly to left, strikeout looking. Yankees beat Texas 12-4. Ogando got lit up in an inning and 2/3. He takes the loss. Sabathia the winner. CC 6-4. Ogando 7-1. Cano, Granderson, and Swisher with home runs for the Yankees. Kansas City 4-2 over Oakland. Bottom 5 at Oakland. One to Cust. Popped up. Long run by the third baseman Romine. That goes into the camera work. Hang tough, fellas and lady. Weaver's made 158 starts. He's got 2 shutouts on his ledger. 1-2. Cuss saw a lot of Weaver. Jack stays with the Athletics. Full count. On deck is Miguel Olivo. Payoff. And that's the first walk issued by Jared Weaver this evening. 2-out base runner for the Mariners here in the 7th. This Saturday, Mariners will be hosting the Phillies, and you can become a crown member of Mariners royalty on King Felix Knitcap Night. King Felix expected to take the mound that day, and first 20,000 Mariner kings, queens, princes, and princesses take home a Felix Hernandez beanie complete with a crown. For tickets, go to mariners.com/tickets. There's Felix. Adam Moore recovering from knee surgery. Swinging a miss by Olivo. We mentioned right-handers entering tonight, Bill, hitting 171 against Jared Weaver.
That's a rough seat. I mean, he gives you that deception, that crossfire, and then such a disparity in speed, no predictability, challenges all different parts of the strike zone, and he's ahead. So strap that one on. And you can see, just looking down from this shot from behind home plate, exactly what the hitter sees. Now, if you're on that side of the box, let me tell you, like I said, it feels like it's coming at your ear hole.
He's got Miguel 0-2. Fly ball center field for Borges. Let's make a readjustment. And he's there. Weaver is really dealing. Through 7, he's got a 4-0 lead. Sitting in Ichiro. He's had a nice little turnaround since he had the day off Friday in Detroit, and Eric Wedge talks about it in our Geico quote.
Yeah, you know, it's just a few days, but you know what? He's human. I mean, you know, we're in the middle of a tough stretch of games, 20 days in a row, and sometimes the day off is as much mental as physical. And you know, he's hard on himself. He demands a great deal from himself, and sometimes if you can just take a break like that, it helps you a little bit. So who knows? But you know, we're just trying to change things up a little bit, and you know, I think he's you know, been more you know, like himself the last 2 or 3 days, and I think he's heading in the right direction.
Yes, he has. Ichiro 1 for 3 tonight. Bill, like you accurately pointed out, swinging a bat, big difference.
No matter how accomplished you are, you're going to go through stretches, and I think this has been probably an extraordinary stretch for Ichiro. And you know, he probably pressed a little bit, and then he, I think, did the right thing. He let the bat go free, and he pounded some balls, and I think he's made the other team honest, and it allows you to get out of your own way. Sometimes you get in your way mentally, and you need to get out of your way and let the natural talent flow. This guy is an unbelievable hitter, an unbelievable record of hitting, and the fact that this is the first slump of this kind is extraordinary in its own right.
The new pitcher for the Mariners is Aaron Laffey. He's 1-2 now to Bobby Abreu.
I'll tell you, this guy has done a great job in the pen. He and David Pauly, number 6 starters, basically, that have taken over the bullpen and said, hey, it doesn't matter, I can pitch through the lineup, and that they've done very well.
You can make a very strong case for Mr. Pauly in the All-Star game, 4-0 with a 0.94 ERA in 24 games.
That's just unbelievable numbers that he's put up. And I think this is a kind of a
2-2 pitch. Abreu just got a piece of it.
Kind of an interesting approach the Mariners have taken. You take Laffey and Pauly and put them in there. They're not speed burner, 1 inning blow you away guys, but you never have to worry about left, right. And they go, hey, I'm used to doing this. I'm used to going 6-7 innings. So a couple innings, no big deal. So they can pitch through the lineup. And that has proved to be pretty doggone smart. And I think the rest of baseball needs to take notice.
So Abreu, veteran hitter, lines one past Figgins for a 2-out for a 2-2 pitch, a base hit. Here in the 8th inning, tired of paying those high gas prices? Relax and ride Sound Transit. Visit soundtransit.org for details. 2-2 pitch, lines it just past Figgins. First hit tonight for Abreu. 8th hit for the Angels. Brings up Vernon Wells. For 3 tonight with a run scored. Vernon playing in just his 42nd game, missed a lot of time because of a groin injury. And maybe the best night of his season last evening with the 2 home runs. Wells is 0 for 3 against Aaron Laffin. 0-2.
Attacking him away, attacking him above the hands. You know, the balls he hit last night, breaking ball, high, slow breaking ball, and then a fastball again, middle in, thigh high. Clearly this guy, he's a pull hitter. So you want to pitch him away and you can elevate the ball.
That open stance, 0-2. Hits this one hard, left field. Karp, though, has it under control. Karp's done a nice job out there tonight. 1 out, 1 on, 8th inning. Together, we can send your favorite Mariners to the 2011 All-Star Game in Phoenix, Arizona. Vote online up to 25 times at mariners.com/vote. You could win 4 All-Star Club tickets and a jersey autographed by Felix Hernandez. Vote early, vote often, and vote now at mariners.com/vote. Here's Howie Kendrick, 1 for 3. Big damage done to Doug Fister first inning. 42 pitches, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. RBIs by Hunter, Kendrick, Branyan, and Borges. And then Fister from innings 2 through 7 through 66 pitches, 18 outs, 42 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, it's a tale of 2 cities after that first inning. Doug Fister was as good as he's been all season long, righted the ship, and pitched brilliant baseball. Unfortunately, Jared Weaver's just been good all 7 innings.
Yeah, he's been dominating good. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Scattered 4 hits. One and 1 to Kendrick. Paint job in the outside corner. 2-1. Abreu can still steal a base. He's 10 out of 13. 37 years old.
This guy showed his versatility. You know, he went out when Vernon Wells was out and went out and played left field for a dozen ball games and took one for the team out there because he's an all-star caliber second baseman.
Two pitch. Abreu back.
You're talking to the Angels broadcast team. I mean, it's just been a matter of finding those guys in the middle to hit the baseball. The table setters are there. Their pitching's there.
Here's Kendrick going right field and deep. Ichiro makes the catch. Wow. This is a nice play. Very nice play by Ichiro.
This is
still cut above the rest.
His second fine play going toward the line. Again, this great angle, as you see on the super slow-mo, the extension to the baseball. What a terrific play right there.
Well, Brady's seen this before in ballet theaters.
I was just going to say, it's Baryshnikov in a baseball uniform. Look at that play.
Or a different version of Dancing with the Stars. Here's a candidate. Well struck off the bat of Trumbo. Karp can't get it, can't find it. Abreu to third. Trumbo, he'll get into second. So a double for Trumbo, pinch hitting for the left-handed swinging Russell Branyan. Karp with the dive.
I mean, this ball was leaned on. You're going down at that angle. It's tough to get your eye and your glove on the same level. You can see he made a tremendous effort for the baseball, just couldn't come up with it.
Again, remember, Carpet, first baseman by trade, who's been making a transition to outfield in the last year and a half.
Got himself in terrific shape, and he knows that his ticket up to the big leagues was being able to play left field. And you know, tonight he's done a nice job, and that was just a tough play.
So second and third now. Hank Condra, the hitter.
And to be fair, these plays on super slow-mo, Dave, I mean, it makes it look like you got all day to line your glove up. Yeah. Let's be real. I mean, the game is going a little quicker than that. 400
frames a second. Slows it down a whole lot. Jamie Wright warming up for the Mariners. Way upstairs. A double by Trumbo, his 13th. And his first hit as a pinch hitter. 1 for 1. Rayo at third, Trumbo at second. 3-0 to Hank Kong. And he's aboard, loading him up. So bases loaded. Time now for a Banner Bank Building to the Future. Tip of the cap to Seattle University. They're going to join the WAC in most sports for the 2012-13 school year. Cameron Dollar there, the hoop coach. Seattle U rejoined Division I. The 09-10 season will be eligible for the NCAA tournament in the 2012-13 season. Cameron Dollar, head coach. And they'll play at Key Arena on Elgin Baylor Court.
Well, I think this is terrific, Dave. I actually played in the West Coast, we call it the West Coast Athletic Conference back in the late 70s. And Seattle U was a rival of ours at University of Portland. And great players. I mean, of course, Elgin Baylor, but back in the day, I mean, Juwan Oldham, Clint Richardson had played in the NBA for a long time for the Philadelphia 76ers. Keith Harrell. I mean, they had some fine basketball players. So it's great to have them back not only in Division I, but playing in a great conference.
Squibber foul. That means a lot. That's great news. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 8th for the Angels. Single, a double, and a walk loaded them up. Let's see if Laffey can put away Peter Borges. Started the night 5th in strikeouts.
Exactly.
In the American League.
Chance to what we call spread him right here. Bounce the breaking ball, high fastball. Try to make him chase. He's vulnerable to the strikeout.
Gets it off the end of the bat. Kennedy throws him out, and that'll do it. So Laffey, he posts a 0 in the 8th. Home 8th coming up. You'll have Carp, Holman, and Figgins against Jared Weaver. Budweiser. This year, Budweiser will donate $100 to Folds of Honor for every home run hit in Major League Baseball. Visit Facebook.com/Budweiser to see how you can help support our nation's heroes. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And Jared Weaver is dealing. He's given up 2 hits to Mike Karp, 2 of the 4 Mariner hits tonight. Mark Trumbo takes over at first for Russell Brandon. Coming into this inning, his last 5 starts, Mr. Weaver, 37 2/3, 6 earned runs, an ERA of 1.45. That's up to the second here.
That's pretty much no fair. You can pitch like that against the best in the world. Mike Karp getting in hitters' counts here. Did a good job, got a 2-0 count, lined the ball up the middle for a base hit. He's worked himself into another good spot here.
Takes a strike. It's pitch number 100 for Weaver. And 2. Weaver on the season, he entered tonight a 7-4 record at 2.24 ERA, 2 complete games. 2.25 road ERA. That's tops in the American League. The other number that jumps out at you in the month of June for his career, a record of 16-5 with a 2.86 ERA.
See how good he's been. 64 strikes, 38 balls. That's mighty good.
Took a lot off of that on Full Karp. Strikeout number 5 for Weaver, 1 down here in the 8th. Be part of the 2011 Dave Valley Charity Golf Classic. It's July 28th at the Golf Club at Newcastle. Tournament raises money to support Esperanza International Foundation with the mission of free children and their families from poverty. To register or for more information, go to esperanza.org and the phone number 425-451-4359 for details. Played in that tournament last year. Dave Valley, he and his wife, they do wonderful work. Holman fouls one off. Dave working on radio tonight. Actually, no, he was working on it pregame. He was some on radio a few days ago. Good to see Dave Valley. Bill Kruger here. Mike Flowers with the day off.
Well, this guy just never really gives you a nice, predictable, clean look at a fastball. He just always stand in a good mix of speed and location. You saw what he did to Karp. That was pretty much no fair. Threw him all those heaters and then threw the doodah 76-mile-an-hour changeup to strike him out.
Not a lot of giggles for right-handers.
No, sir.
Two. That got kind of, oof. Saw Miguel Olivo really get squared up in Detroit the other day, and he came right back. These guys earn it.
You gotta have that red badge of courage back there. It's a tough position.
6th year in the big leagues for Weaver. 2-2 to Holman. Weaver's been named the top pitcher of the year for the Angels franchise the last 2 years, and that award named after the late pitcher Nick Adenhart, who was tragically killed in a car accident a couple of years ago. 2-2. Good discipline there by Holman to lay off.
He's been good at bat. He's fought some pitches off. He's shown him the changeup, some heaters. There's a slider away.
Payoff. Struck him out on high heat like he did back in the 3rd inning. 2 down. Strikeout number 6. Let's check in with Angie Mintek.
Guys, earlier I let you know that the New York Yankees were helping the Mariners out in the division, beating the Rangers. A's taking on the Royals, and Trevor Cahill on the mound in this one. And the Royals helping out the Mariners as well. In the 5th, Billy Butler hits a double over the head of Josh Willingham. That's going to score a couple. That puts KC up 4-1. And right now it's 4-2 in the 6th inning, Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you. Billy Butler has really emerged as a go-to hitter last year and a half or so. As we take a look at the AOS standings to the minute.
Can you yell bunch?
Yeah, I like
the Rangers coming back to earth a little bit. It looks like they're going to have their hands full the next couple nights in New York. So I don't get the sense that anybody's running away from anybody at the moment, at least.
Well, Gondo lasted just an inning and a 3rd at Yankee Stadium tonight. Figgins hit the ball hard last time, single to right. And with Figgins, it's nice putting an HH next to anything he's been doing lately.
Yes.
Weaver throws him out and helps having a tall first baseman. 1, 2, 3. Weaver's 8 complete, dominating the Mariners 4-0. Jamie Wright takes over.
This is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit sterlingsavingsbank.com. Hey, folks, make sure you stay with us for the Mariners post-game show. We'll let you know what's going on around the division if the Mariners somehow, some way, able to dig this out, and if they would gain ground in the division. Then also, we've been following the ballpark, boys, Dave. I mean, this is a road trip that you would really appreciate coming out of college, seeing all 30 major league ballparks. We'll let you know where they are and where they're headed, all right?
Looking forward to it, Angie. Thank you very much as we look at Jamie Wright and what he's done thus far.
Well, this guy's been a nice find. I mean, he's struggled of late, but came out of the chute brilliantly in spring training, and for the first month and a half or two, he's been as good as anybody in the league. His control of his curveball has been where he needs to get that back on track. Speaking of which,
he went a stretch a long time throwing first pitch strike almost every time out, then he hit that couple of bumps in there where he struggled to get that get that release point. Bounce the ball to Ryan, aggressively charges, throws him out. Romine is gone. One out here in the ninth. Make sure you think about this one, folks. Hold a 9-inning meeting right here at Safeco Field Wednesday, June 29th. Mariners will host the Atlanta Braves. Special 12:40 start time. U.S. Bank matinee. Perfect excuse. Sneak away from work. Get your tickets. See the Mariners and Braves. Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. By the time that series rolls around, we may see Mr. Jason Hayward back from the DL. What a great-looking player he is, their right fielder. Top of the order, Eric Aybar. He's down a bunt. Tag applied by Smoak. 2 down.
Looks like he's somewhere between slap and bunt and self-preservation right there. Got the ball down. Wow.
I'm going to go B, self-preservation.
Yeah, I think so, because that thing was tracking to places where you could be really hurt. And nice play by Smokey to tag him.
Quick 2 outs. Here's Hunter. Strike 1. Too many zeros on the board for the Mariners tonight. 8 scoreless and 5 hitless innings. 1-1 to Torrey Hunter. Look at the pitch.
Certainly the Mariners are challenged. They're not a great offensive club, but in this instance, this guy, Mr. Weaver, would be having his way with a lot of teams tonight. He's been excellent.
1-2 to Torrey Hunter. Olivo sets up outside. Foul off. Yeah, that Verlander performance we saw last week, and now this Weaver. Really something. Mariners have left just 3 men on. Weaver's walked 1. He's K'd 6. Strike 3 called. Hunter's gone. To the 9th we go. The Mariners need this up. Need a stage a big-time uprising here. Ichiro, Ryan, and Smoak are coming up. Jared Weaver. Here's a reminder, Casey Keller and the Seattle Sounders, they return to MLS competition this Saturday against Toronto FC. Fans outside the Seattle area can catch the match live on Root Sports at 4 p.m. with the replay available to all viewers at 10:30. Well, here we go, 9th inning. Mariners need runs. Down 4-0. All the scoring by the Angels came in the first inning. Jared Weaver comes out. First pitch to Ichiro, strike. Ichiro 1 for 3. Mariners haven't been shut out since May 7th. 6-0 loss to the White Sox. It's 33 games ago. This young man certainly has been locked in early on, Bill Kruger.
Yeah, he's been very impressive. You can see why he's been so good against the league.
There's a drive, deep right center field. Borges is fast, but he's not fast enough to track this one down. Ichiro to second. He'll hold with a leadoff double. So again, going back to what you were saying before, it's swinging the bat.
This is what I think is the answer for Ichiro. We talk about scouting, we talk about what he likes to do, but I'm telling you right now, he's looking to yank, and he's putting a big-time swing on some baseballs. This ball is squared up. Borges is playing at Williamsport distance. He's not going to get to this ball. It hits the track, and Ichiro has got an easy-pleasy double. That's the second time he's hitting balls way over the center fielder's head, and it's going to back these guys up. Because they do the spray charts, the scout reports. Everybody's going to have to, pay a little more umbrage and honesty to Ichiro's prowess as has the ability to drive the ball in the alley.
The closer Jordan Walden's up. He was throwing seeds last night. The double for Ichiro is 10th. Strike one to Brendan Ryan. Yeah, you talked about Ichiro, getting out there trying to do something a little bit bigger than what he's been doing as they're closing the roof as we speak. Talked about a lot of that in the pregame show. 0-1 outside.
And these things like, hit the ball against where the defense is playing, hit the ball, trying to hit the ball hard, and then the bunt the other day. I mean, these things are going to open up the field for Ichiro to do what he does best, and that is, find holes and use his speed.
A strike to Ryan. 1 and 2. Ichiro 2 for 4 tonight. West hearing it from 17,634.
We were pushing the pitch count a little bit. 121 pitches, and 128 is actually the furthest he's gone on pitch count this year.
To right field. Howie Kendrick says he has it. Takes it. 1 out.
Weaver's really been trying to chase Brendan Ryan up the ladder, and Ryan has gone right with him up that ladder, and there's a pop up to the second baseman. Tough to get your hands above that ball right there.
There's smoke. 1 out, 1 on. So Ichiro 8 for 17 his last 4 games since sitting out on Friday night. It's a good little roll here. One 0 pitch.
As you can see here, Dave, I mean, everybody's talking about Weaver, and he's been brilliant. But how about the zeros the Mariner staff's put up? Doug Fister and company. They've been mighty good since the first inning.
Yes, they have.
And you think about it, I mean,
difference.
two teams that are ranked right at the top of the league in ERA, and this is what you get.
Mariners second in ERA. Angels are third. The Oakland Athletics lead in the American League. The 2-1 pitch. High pop. Center field. Borges coming way in. 2 outs. Two down here in the 9th. Portland Timbers, they look to snap a 3-game losing streak this Sunday. They'll play host to the New York Red Bulls. Live action from the Rose City gets underway at 7 p.m. right here on Root Sports. What's left up now to the former Angel and World Series hero Adam Kennedy for the Mariners now. 2 outs, 1 on. 4-0 Angels. Good looking breaking ball, strike 1.
69 miles an hour. You know, the spread and speed.
His next pitch for Weaver will be number 128. That's going to tie his season best. And that'll be right there. This one's going to be put away by the third baseman Romine, and that is the ball game. A dominating performance by Jered Weaver. 4-0 Angels win. For the Angels, it's their all-time 4,000th win. Weaver goes to 8-4, his 7th complete game, 3rd this year. He's won 11 against 4 losses against the Mariners, Bill, and won 5 of his last 6.
Yeah, he's been awfully good against the Mariners, but probably no better than he's been today or tonight. He was just outstanding. What a performance by Jered Weaver, and that's the story of the ball game. He was just way too tough to hit.
Yeah, he did it in short order too. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Doug Fister, brutal first inning, and cleaned it up from there, but not enough offense. In fact, no offense to beat Weaver tonight. Send it up to Brett Adam and Dave Valley.
David, Bill, thank you very much. Win the first 2 games, Val, and they were talking about it too. You just can't give Jered Weaver 4 runs before he throws a pitch tonight.
Well, his track record against the Mariners kind of gave us an indication that we might see this type of performance from him tonight. It was just too much Jered Weaver tonight.
We'll talk Weaver, talk Doug Fister. Was very good after that first inning. We'll preview tomorrow's game. Also see how he did in his keys to the game. All coming up, Mariners post game on Root Sports.